It is the second week of July. You walk into the grocery store, and right by the entrance is the big bin piled high with watermelons. $6 each, 8 for the big boys. You pick one up, you turn it over, and the truth is, you have no idea what you are looking for, so you do what everybody does. You knock on it like knocking on a door, but you cannot even remember what sound you are supposed to hear. Your father used to do it, so you do it too. Then you take the biggest one, carry it to the car like a baby, and put it in the fridge. Saturday afternoon, the grandkids are over. You slide the knife in, and you open it up. And the flesh is pink, not red, pink, pale, like it is embarrassed. And that first bite, water and nothing. No sugar, no perfume. $8. Half of it goes in the garbage because nobody wants a second piece. And you say what everybody says. Hey, you never know with watermelons. It's luck. Now I want you to sit with this for a second. There is no luck in picking a watermelon. There never was. My grandfather sold fruit from a cart in the streets of Palermo. Every melon he sold had to be sweet, because in that neighborhood, if you sold a lady a bad melon on Tuesday, she told the whole street by Wednesday, and your family did not eat. He could not afford to guess. So he did not guess. He read the melon. Because a watermelon cannot lie to you. The sun, the vine, and the bees write everything that happened in that field right on the outside of the fruit. You just were never taught how to read it. I am Sal. My grandfather taught my father taught me, and today I am going to teach you the 7 tests. The field spot, the tail, the give, the knock, the right way, the weight, the shape, and the webbing, the one nobody in this country knows, and the one that finds the sugar. 7 tests, 90 seconds at the store. Do them, and you will never bring home a bad watermelon again for the rest of your life. One thing before we start. If nobody ever taught you these things, that is what I am here for. Subscribe and let me be your nonno. Now, first you have to understand one thing, because this is the reason the whole game works. A watermelon does not ripen after it is picked. Not one day, not 1 hour. A banana, a peach, you leave them on the counter, they keep going. A watermelon, the moment the knife cuts it from the vine, the story is over. Whatever sugar is in there is all the sugar there will ever be. So at that bin, you are asking one question only. What happened in that field? Did this melon get its full time in the sun? Or did somebody cut it early to get it on a truck? And here's the beautiful part. The melon keeps the evidence. 7 pieces of evidence. Test Number 1, the field spot. Turn the melon over. Underneath there is a patch, the belly, where it sat on the ground its whole life. The sun never touched that spot. That spot is the melon's diary. Creamy, deep, buttery yellow, like polenta, like good butter. That melon sat in the warm field until it was finished. That is your melon. White belly. Picked early. It looks clean, it looks nice. Americans love the clean white belly. No, white means the melon was still working when they took it. It will be pale inside, watery, nothing. Put it down. Green belly, or almost no spot at all, walk away and do not look back. No other test matters as much as this one. Say it with me. Butter yellow belly. Test number 2, the tail. Look at the top where the melon was cut from the vine. The little stem, the tail. Brown and dried up, like straw. Beautiful. When a melon is fully ripe, the vine stops feeding it, the stem dries, and the melon is ready to let go. A dry tail means the melon left the vine on its own terms. Green tail? The melon was still drinking when somebody ripped it off. Not finished. And not finished means no sugar. My grandfather checked the tail before he ever picked a melon up. Dry tail, he lifts it. Green tail, his hand never leaves his pocket. Test number 3, the jeeve. Press the rind gently with your thumb. Not hard, we are testing the melon, not punishing it. A ripe melon has a tiny bit of spring, a little life under the skin, like the neck of a ripe pear. Rock hard like a wall, not ready. Soft and mushy, your thumb almost sinks in, too far gone, already breaking down inside. My grandfather threw those to the pigs. You want the middle, firm with a whisper of give. Test number 4, the knock done right. Ah, the famous knock. Everybody knocks. Nobody listens. Hold the melon up, one hand cupped flat against one side. With the knuckle of the other hand, give it a sharp rap on the opposite side. 3 possible answers. A deep, hollow boom, like a drum, like knocking on a barrel half full of wine. That is a ripe melon. The sound rings through the whole fruit, and you feel it arrive in your other hand. That is the one. A flat, dead thud, like knocking on wood. Unripe. Leave it. A soft, padded sound, like knocking on a pillow. Overripe. Mealy. Also leave it. Boom. Good. Thud. Bad. Pillow worse. 3 tests left, the sneaky ones, the ones even the produce guy does not know. If you are enjoying this, do me one favor and subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it keeps the old knowledge alive. Now the last 3. Test number 5. The weight. Pick up your melon. Now pick up its neighbor, same size. Compare them in your hands. A ripe watermelon is more than 9 parts out of 10 pure water, and sugar water is heavy. The melon picked early or dried out on a truck feels light for its size, almost hollow. Between 2 melons of the same size, the heavier one wins. Every time. You never grab the first melon and go. You audition 2 or 3. The melon does not get to choose you. You choose the melon. Test number 6. The shape. Step back and look at the whole fruit. You want it even, symmetrical. No big lumps, no flat sides, no knobby ends. Why? Because the shape is a report card written by the bees. When the flower was visited by many bees many times, the seeds developed evenly, the melon grew smooth, and the sugar spread through the whole fruit. Few bee visits? The melon grows lopsided, and the sweetness is patchy too. One side sugar, the other side nothing. A lumpy melon is a melon the bees did not love. And if the bees did not love it, believe me, neither will you. Test number 7. The webbing. The last one. The one I never once heard an American mention. Look close at the skin. On some melons you will see rough, brown, dry lines, like scars, like a little spider's web across the green. Most people think it is damage. They pick the smooth, perfect, clean-skinned melon instead, the pretty one. The pretty one is the fool's melon. Those brown lines are sugar scars. Every time a bee touched the flower, it left a tiny mark that grew into those brown threads. More webbing, more bee visits, more sugar. The old sellers in Palermo called a heavily webbed melon bruto ma buono. Ugly but good. 2 melons, both with golden bellies, both heavy, both boom like a drum. Take the ugly one with the scars. Just like people, never trust the one that is too pretty. 7 tests. The belly, butter yellow, never white. The tail, brown and dry, never green. The give, a small spring, not a rock, not a sponge. The knock, a deep boom, not a thud. The weight, heavy for its size. The shape, even and smooth, the way the bees like it. And the webbing, the ugly brown scars where the sugar hides. 90 seconds at the bin, you will walk right past the big, pretty, white-bellied melon everybody else is fighting over and carry out the slightly ugly, heavy, scarred one with the golden belly. And Saturday, when you open it in front of the family, it will be dark red, crisp, dripping, sweet like candy. Your grandkids will look at you like you performed a magic trick. It is not magic, it is just reading. Now let me tell you why nobody ever taught you this, because this part gets me a little worked up. There is no money in teaching you to pick a good watermelon. The store sells the pale, white-bellied melon for the same $8 as the perfect one. If every shopper in America started checking bellies, half that bin would never sell. So no supermarket will ever hang a sign that says, "Look for the yellow spot." The knowledge is bad for business. 100 years ago, this was passed down at the market, nana to daughter, seller to customer. Then the supermarkets came, the fruit started arriving on trucks picked green 1,000 miles away, and a whole country of smart people ended up standing at a bin, knocking on melons, listening for a sound nobody ever taught them. Nobody planned this. Capiche? It is simpler than that. It pays to sell you a mystery. It pays nothing to teach you the answer. Well, today we taught it. So here is what I want you to do this week. While the melons are at their best, go to your store or a farm stand if you have one. Take your time. Let the people stare. Who cares? Turn 3 melons over and compare the bellies. Find the tails, feel the give, knock, and listen for the boom. Weigh 2 against each other, hunt for the webbing, pick your winner, and Saturday, cut it open in front of the family and let them taste what a melon is supposed to taste like, the way it was when you were a kid. Once they taste the difference, the grandkids will start turning melons over right next to you. That is how the old knowledge comes back, one Saturday at a time. Now tell me in the comments, which of the 7 tests did you never hear of before today? The webbing, the tail, and here is what I really want to know. Did your mother, your father, your nana have their own trick at the fruit stand? Every family had one, and those little tricks disappear forever when nobody writes them down. Share it below and tell me where you are from. I read every single comment. Next time, I am going to take you into the garden and show you what my grandfather did to his tomato plants that most American gardeners would never dare to do. He cut pieces off the plant on purpose and got double the tomatoes for it, the old Italian pruning way. It is the natural next step after today. Until then, remember, the sun, the vine, and the bees write a letter on every melon they ever make. Most people never learn to read it. Now you can. Alla prossima, my friends. Sal will see you next time.